How do you know when you need extra support? You need extra support when your community is buzzing and you have members who consistently show up more than you can handle. A good indication of this is that you're unable to respond to all posts within the amount of time you've dedicated to supporting your community. You know those boundaries we talked about? If you're consistently in your community more than the 1 or 2 hours you set aside each day, then you need more hands. There are 2 ways you can get more support. 1, you can hire a moderator. Moderators are helpful if the questions in your community are straightforward and you need someone to moderate, like enforcing rules and admitting new members. This is generally someone you pay or give some incentive to help you moderate your community. However, keep in mind, because they're getting paid, they might not be intrinsically motivated to participate in your community beyond the basics that you need help with. 2, enable your superstars. Remember when we talked about the 90-9-1 rule? That says 90% of members are observers, 9% of members are only contributors, and that you can expect only 1% of members to account for almost all the action? This is where your superstars come in. You want to focus most of your efforts on this top 1% and enable them to take action in your community. Even in the very beginning stages of your community, you'll want to think of how you'll be able to step back in the future to set your superstars up for success. And then they can support your community when you aren't as active in it. When done right, enabling your superstars can make your job as a community leader a whole lot easier. First, you'll want to identify who these people are. If you have a community of 100 people, your top 10 most active are most likely your superstars. I say most likely here because you do want to be mindful of the quality of content that they're contributing as well. Use your judgment on who you see best living your community values, and make a list of who you feel are the top performers in your community. Once you've identified your superstars and created the list, start making them feel special. It's a lot like dating. You've met once, you've identified who your superstars are, and now you want to flirt. You want to flirt with them so that you can continue the relationship because you really like this person. Continuously recognize your superstars both publicly and privately when they positively contribute to your community. A little bit goes a long way in showing that you appreciate them and all the effort that they're putting in. Try sending a direct message to your superstars and letting them know what you specifically appreciate about them. Once you've established a connection with your superstars, you can then ask them if they'd like to be more involved or take more ownership in the community. Come up with a reward for your superstars. It can be getting their content in front of the community, access to certain products, swag, free courses for life, or founding member status. Whatever makes the most sense for you and your superstars to help incentivize them. Give them a fun title that's special to your community, or an obvious one like experts or moderators. Not only does this help differentiate them from regular members, it makes them feel special too. Then enable them by providing guidelines on how they can moderate and interact in the community. Clear expectations about how much time they need to dedicate to supporting the community, and the way they do so is important right from the start. Set up a super members only subgroup or group chat where you can all connect and coordinate about things to do with the community. Make sure that you're adding elements of fun in there too, so that it's not always about community management. Keep rewarding your superstars along the way, even after they've agreed to hop on board and support your community at the higher level. Once you're in a relationship, you can't just stop doing all the nice things you did at the start when you were only dating. You continue showing appreciation to your partner because you want them to feel happy and to stay connected. The relationship is important to you. Same goes for community superstars. Appreciate and encourage their feedback, because oftentimes they'll see things in your community you might miss or have a different perspective on. As your community grows, so does your super fan base. Make sure to check back and update your list when you see people being super active in your community so that you can reach out to them and continue to create raving fans.